What up, though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I'm out here on the run, getting things done. My day's coming to a close, so I don't have much left to get done. But I wanted to connect with you guys. I seen an update with Detroit rapper Dank Demoss suing Lyft over weight discrimination. You know, she's really been out here making the rounds, doing interviews, doing, other sit-downs, along with making videos of herself, clapping back at the criticisms that people have had about her weight and the way the situation was handled. The lawsuit says that, one of the reasons why she's suing is because of, this is me paraphrasing, but basically being humiliated, or humiliation and loss of wages or loss of future wages, something like that. And I don't know about that, y'all. The video, we only know about it because she shared it herself. So, she may have been embarrassed in the moment, but the moment was private. The driver wasn't recording it. She was. And if the driver was recording it, the driver didn't upload it. She did. So, if you're embarrassed, if we can start suing people based on, I felt embarrassed or I felt ashamed, that's a bit of a slippery slope. But she was on the Breakfast Club. I'm sure you guys know about it. And she comes in there, and the chair that they had for her was it was a pretty wide chair, one of those office chairs. And I'm sure they thought she'd be okay with it. That's why they had it there for her. She comes in, she sits down, and she says, do you guys got anything else? They're like, well, what do you need? She's like, she need a bigger seat. They have a sectional behind them. They take the sectional apart and slide a section of it up for her to sit on. And she says, this is what she's talking about, accommodations. Listen, I don't know who was advising her to get out here like this, but I really don't think it's a good idea. Because if Lyft decides to fight this lawsuit instead of settling, now I believe that Lyft was going to settle, but she is providing Lyft with all types of, weapons, evidence to fight back with. That video, that clip that's going viral around the internet of her needing the sectional to sit in, that can be damning. Think about it. You got someone that comes in, they can't sit into a chair, and they needed the sectional to be taken apart and a piece of it brought up for her to sit on comfortably. This is the same person that was saying that she could sit in the back of that Lyft that the guy told her he wasn't going to take her because she wouldn't fit. Now, he said she wouldn't fit. She argued him down. She could fit. She's never had to call a Uber XL or Lyft XL. This is what she says. She always calls a regular car and she gets in there. She's never had to call an XL. She says that, but then she's on the Breakfast Club needing the sectional to sit on. Those don't add up. Also, she said that we're not all the same and people should be accommodated for because we're not all the same. I don't know about that because, look, whatever accommodations that you need, it's on you largely. You're the one with the problem. It's not up to the world or on the world to move itself around you. Like, you're not entitled to the world adjusting itself for your needs. let me make a case in point. I'm 6'4". All right, I'm a pretty tall guy. I work out, so I've got broad shoulders. My arms kind of move out. When I get on an airplane, it's not very comfortable. The airplane seats, like for instance, let's say I get on Spirit, right? The chairs for Spirit, those chairs are fitted. And we're talking about the chair width and the space in front of the chairs. Those chairs are fitted for your average size guy. Okay, that's like about 5'7", 5'8", somewhere in that range. Here I come in there, I'm 6'4". I've got long legs. So the space in front of me is going to be very limited. Now, if I had that attitude of they should accommodate me because I'm tall, no one is going to care that I'm tall. That's a me problem. And the thing about me being tall is that that's something I can't even help. I didn't ask to be tall. I'm not exactly upset about being tall, but I didn't ask to be tall. That's a me problem that I can't help. In her case, her weight situation, that is something that she can do about. If I want to lose 20 pounds, I can do it. If I want to lose 30 pounds, I can do it. That may be too much for me to lose, but you get what I'm saying. Weight is something that you can adjust. If I want to gain 30 pounds right here, right now, I can do it. So weight is something that we have full power to do something about. And she mentioned about we're accommodating to LGBTQ, which I thought was a really bad comparison. Because for one, look, that whole letting the alphabet community do whatever it wants and never ever clapping back because you're afraid of being called phobic of some sorts, that time's over. That's not happening anymore. And when that was happening, they very much took advantage of it. That's pretty much what it is. Like, they wanted to say and do whatever they wanted to do. They wanted to be as degenerate as they wanted to be and include children in those pride events and whatnot. And if you had any protest to that whatsoever, you were labeled as being all types of phobic. This is what the whole slogan of common sense coming back means, why it got so popular. So in a lot of cases, people just kept their mouths shut, even though they knew what they were observing wasn't right. They kept their mouths shut because they just didn't want to come under fire. They didn't want to be canceled. Well, now that's no longer a thing. So that was just a really bad example all around. But we're not entitled to the world adjusting itself for our specific needs, especially when your needs are something that you can do something about, that you can fix. I don't know what her health situation is. I don't know what her past is. She said, when she was younger, she was never skinny or whatever. Well, perhaps she wasn't skinny, but you don't come out of the womb morbidly obese. That's something that you allow to take place over the course of time. So you, and this isn't just her specifically, a person that becomes morbidly obese, 400, 500, 600 pounds, they got the shows. These folks seen that their weight was a problem. They seen that their weight was getting out of hand, and they didn't do anything about it. Every time they went to go buy clothes, they needed to buy a larger size than what they were previously purchasing, and they still didn't do anything about it. So I'm just saying, at what point does personal responsibility and accountability come here? And this is me again. I'm choosing not to drag or be insulting in any way, shape, or form. I'm just really leaning on common sense here. We're not owed understanding. We're not owed accommodations. We're not owed any of that stuff. Our situation is largely on us, and we can't expect other people to inconvenience themselves on account of making us more comfortable, especially when we're choosing the situation that we have going on. So I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you guys think. I'll holler at y'all soon. Peace.